plan is not just expedition-wise. Freshline's entire aim is to make you a better husband, better father, better at your job, you know. Men live in a time where it's not really cool to be a man anymore. In fact, with phrases like toxic masculinity, you know, men are being put down. But being a good man is something I think that's needed now more than at any other time in history. And we try and play our part to try and develop good men who can withstand pressure, and even under the greatest of pressures, do the right thing, make the right decision, take care of the people who they're responsible for, actually stand up and take responsibility for people, because I think that's a big thing that society's lost, is no one takes responsibility anymore. It's easy to blame that guy.
How do I begin to describe the impact that 2 weeks in Africa had on my life? Who would believe me if I told them? Would they even have a frame of reference to measure it against? How do I tell this story? One that involves motorcycles but is truly about growth through shared adversity involving men from all walks of life. Former military, business owners, corporate executives, thrill seekers alike. Men who choose to come out to the dark continent to ride, to experience what it feels like to fail, to suffer together, to endure together, all seeking one common and ever elusive holy grail: purpose.
If you had to describe this experience to someone who was interested, what would you say?
I would say once in a lifetime opportunity to go something, to go push yourself and to find out what your limits are, and you'll be surprised.
This is experience of a lifetime, man. For guys that love to ride, for guys that love brotherhood, people that are looking for that type of adventure, that sort of experience, there's absolutely nothing like it.
Come over and crunch a bit more. No. I'm going to stand next to you. So you're standing like this.
Okay.
Very much GS-like.
Okay, yeah.
So we want to transition to a bit more forward, get the ass out, straight back.
Okay.
That's where we want to do.
Ass out. Got it.
Ah, yes, training days. The first few days on a two-stroke dirt bike for most of us, where we were not just thrown, but literally catapulted into the fire. With no time to spare, we were given brief instructions on the basics and then took some very aggressive terrain on. Terrain where they knew we would struggle and fail and fall over and over and over and over again. We would either rise to the occasion as a team or decide that this was not for us, because after all, there would be no safety net on an actual expedition.
I have to admit that this group of people was different. The way everybody bonded was amazing. And I've been on this earth long enough to know that you're not going to get a group of guys that's going to get along like this. Nobody argued. Nobody felt like somebody was belittling them. It just was amazing. It was such an amazing point that I was supposed to leave early, that I called my job and told them I wasn't leaving. I was going to finish this program.
Because we're on this club, on this trip, and we chose to be here, we're all similar-ish, but we're still different. But seeing others open up makes it easy for yourself to open up, and that was like a thing that I needed in my life. And it was just, yeah, one of the best times I've ever experienced.
The days get a little tough. We do a pot, they take a long time. The idea is to kind of keep you guys up a little later than normal. Tomorrow morning we have PT, we have a very long day, and that's kind of how expeditions go sometimes, is you're not always going to be back in a hotel with a comfy bed at a set time, and so we try and mimic some of this stuff.
Training complete. It was time to put our newfound skills to the test. To make things more difficult on us, as if riding wasn't hard enough, we were up early, doing physical training, and stayed up late, bonding through campfire chats. Our reins were loosened. This was now big boy rules, and it was up to us to collaborate on how to get from one side of the country to the other. As the days wore on and the riding got more intense, this combination served to wear us down, but ultimately strengthened us as a team. We all needed each other, be it on the bike, off the bike, or just as a presence knowing that we could count on the other rider, friend, and now brother to our left and right.
Worst moment definitely was that sitting on the beach in front of that cold water. Man, I hate that. It was awful. And I was about to give up, to be honest. Like, mentally, I got in a mood like, I was like, maybe this is too much. I was like just about to, like, you know, throw the towel and said, no more, I'm done with this.
The other things that I didn't expect, but it came out of this, is I actually didn't know that I can really go beyond. I thought I'll break in, I'll give up, but it's just that the team togetherness made that positive nature to push myself. So that's one thing I got it.
Right, line up in front, first man yell, line up to that side.
You might be wondering how cold the water is on the coast of Namibia. The answer is unequivocally yes. The idea: put all of us in the ocean together, arms locked, ice cold water flowing over us until it becomes less of a novelty and more of a shared struggle. That transition takes about an hour, when the chatter and jokes are replaced with shivers and cold stares, when the realization that none of us really had to do this task allowed doubt to creep in. Shared adversity, just a little bit of suffering that we all chose to start and finish together. The thought process? If you'll quit on the beach, then you'll quit when the chips are down on expedition. And nobody wants that type of rider next to them.
Yeah, can you speak about the group of men you got to ride with and train with and what it was like?
So for me, this group was a awesome picking of people around the globe, and so everybody have different, how to say this, different country things, yeah, and doing things in another way, and put everything of the best people can give together and solve problems and being successful. I like this a lot. So great group. I love this.
I was hoping to just make sure that, not make sure, but I was hoping that when I came here that the guys were just going to be cool. You know, that I get along and whatever. I had no idea where I was going to go. Yeah, it was like a game changer in meeting all of you guys.
But the ride was awesome, especially in the end, we're riding to the full moon, and in the back is the sunset. Awesome moment for me.
So what's my take on the entire experience? All you had to do was watch this video to understand that. It's not about me, and the course isn't for individuals. This course is for men who seek purpose, camaraderie, brotherhood, adversity, and more than anything, to share all of that with others. Men who understand that they might have the answer, or need an answer, that they might be the strong or weak link at any given time. In a world where, for many people, things are so convenient, accessible, and where selection has given way to participation, it's refreshing to know that opportunities like this exist. Everyone will start the course, but not everyone will pass and be invited into the club. I, for one, can appreciate that.